You know, I grew up in Missouri. My parents were married, have been married for over 50 years. I have 5 siblings and a good family. We went to church every Sunday. My dad was upwardly mobile in his company. When I was 5 and my brother Charles was 6, we were getting ready to move. On that moving day, it was the last day we were going to be at that school. I was in kindergarten and he was in 1st grade. And we were so excited. And I remember dressing up. I wanted to just be the belle of the ball. But I needed to wear something that I could still play in. So I thought very carefully about what to wear that day. And as I went to school, I really was treated like the bee's knees that day. I had the best time. Everybody wanted to play with me. Everybody wanted to talk to me and find out about my new house that I was going to. I could not wait for my mom and dad to come so that I could tell them how amazing that day had been. When it came time for us to go home, my brother and I got together and we were in the carpool line, and my mom and dad never came. You know, they forgot to pick us up from school and they moved. And they didn't just move down the street, they moved towns. And we didn't know that at the time, so we sat there on the curb waiting for someone to pick us up. And that was in the 70s, and so there were no cell phones and there was no pagers or anything like that. We didn't know what our new phone number was going to be, and we didn't know our new address. There was no way for us to get a hold of our mom and dad. And also, because it was in the 70s, after everyone left the school, the administration put us on the outside of the fence and locked it up. And so we sat on the curb outside of the school gates. And we sat there for a really long time. And after a little bit, my brother asked me, "Are you hungry?" And I was. But I had already eaten all my lunch that day. But he didn't. He saved part of his sandwich because he wasn't hungry. And he offered to share that with me. And I remember thinking that was really smart of him to do that. And we sat there a while longer, and that wasn't really enough for us to be full, but we sat there a longer time. And in the background, we could smell this fast food restaurant, this very particular fast food restaurant. And the smell was making us even more hungry. And at one point, he put his arm around me and he said, "You know what? I'm going to take care of you." And he showed me his dollar. He put his dollar in his pocket because he didn't want the movers to take his dollar. And we had no idea how far a dollar would go or wouldn't go. And we thought we could live for a long time with his dollar. And I felt very protected by my brother. And then I started to cry. And then he said to me, "You have to stop crying. That's very annoying." So over a period of hours, we waited. And I was very aware that my brother, who I thought was going to protect me and take care of me, was very irritated by my very presence. Well, eventually our grandparents came. And as I got in the car to go with my grandma and grandpa, I decided that if there weren't enough rooms for me to have my own room at our new house, then obviously my mom and dad forgot me on purpose and they didn't want me. I also decided that in case they did want me, that I was going to be the best little girl that they ever had.